How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you follow the channel, you'll notice I haven't posted many videos lately. Well, it's been raining for about the past 9 years in North Carolina, and I haven't been able to drive anything. I haven't really wanted to pull anything into the shop because I don't want the shop to get all wet. So, no rain today, but the roads are still wet. So I've got the Denali in the shop today, and we're going to do another TopDon review on one of their battery testers. So what we have here is the BT100 vehicle battery tester. This is a 12-volt tester. And just like the OBD2 scanner that I used the other week, about the same packaging, about the same size, nice little convenient package, easy for you to throw in the bottom of the toolbox and use it when you need it. All right, some quick little information on this guy. It will test regular batteries, AGM flat plate batteries, AGM spiral batteries, gel, and EFB. This little device will do a couple things for you too. It's going to check your cold cranking amps. It can also check alternator output, so it'll check your charging system. It'll do a cranking test, so you hook it up to your battery, crank the vehicle, and it's going to tell you if your starting time is good and how low the voltage gets during cranking. Just a neat little tool to have if you have a vehicle that drains the battery, if you're unsure if your battery is any good. And we're going to start with this battery that I have had sitting on my workbench for about 3 years, so I'm sure it's not good, but it should at least power up this device so that we can go through the menus and see how everything looks. Before I hook it up, I just want to point this out. The leads on this thing are pretty long, which is convenient. Most battery testers I'm used to are about that long. And the problem with that is, if you have a battery in the trunk, it's hard to get to, you can't read. This one you can hook up over here and read over here. So of course, the battery under the bench was totally dead, so I've got my little jump box on it. Now we can look at our menu. So right now you can already see it showing the voltage of the jump box, 12.77 volts. Let's go into our menu. All right, so let's go ahead and test the jump box. So what we're going to do is battery test, regular, cold cranking amps. Enter the cold cranking amps of the battery that we're testing. So on the battery we're testing, you can see it's 660 cold cranking amps. Just for fun, we'll go ahead and enter that value into our battery tester. Now we'll hit the button and see what it does. All right. Healthy, 0%. It had a 9 cold cranking amp value, which is understandable since it is connected to a little bitty jump box. And it tells you right there on this LED, which I'm trying to show you, there you go, bad, charge, or good. Of course it says bad and it tells you to replace it. So let's hook this up to the truck and see how it acts. We're over here on the Denali, we have our battery clamps connected, and like I said, convenient long leads, so I can walk way over here and go through these menus with you guys. So let's start. We're going to do a battery test again. This is a regular flooded battery. It's a Duralast battery from AutoZone or something. Cold cranking amps. This might be hard for you guys to see, but the label on the top of the battery says 850 cold cranking amps. We'll go ahead and enter that value. And hit enter. All right, so we are healthy. 621 cold cranking amps, which is understandable because it's about 30 degrees outside today. 77% charge, probably because I fired it up and brought it right in here. It's telling me the battery is good. So we're all set there. We'll exit this menu. The next thing I want to try to do is a cranking test. So let's go ahead and select that. Tells you to start the engine. Let it run for a few seconds. Let's see what we got on the tester. Ooh, how about that? 2300 milliseconds, cranking low. 8.44 volts. So really what that's telling me is I probably need to replace the battery. Now before we condemn the battery, since it had a little bit low charge and it kind of failed the cranking test, let's go back in here. And what we want to do is a charging system test. And this is going to tell us if the alternator is putting out what we need it to in order to charge the battery. So let's go ahead and fire it up. Alright, so I've run into a bit of an issue here. It says increase RPM to 2500 RPM per minute and keep it 5 seconds. Press enter to continue. This is going to be kind of hard for me to do since I'm the only one here. So I'm just going to fire it up at idle and then we'll continue this test. So here are the results of our charging test, 14.45 volts, so it's charging normally. So what it looks like is my battery probably needs to be replaced. All right, so cool little tool, man, in a small package. I'm gonna put a link to this in the description below. So this sells for 60 bucks on Amazon. And this is gonna be a useful tool when you're trying to diagnose a charging system or a starting system. Really easy to use. My favorite part about it being the long leads. So I'm gonna get my use out of this. I know that you guys will too. Hopefully I can do some more with TopDon. Everything that I have got from them so far has worked really well. And they offer a bunch of cool diagnostic tools, so be sure that you check them out. Most of their sales are through Amazon. Guys, don't forget, always follow me on Instagram. I post up there a lot more than I do on YouTube, just because the weather's been so bad and I haven't really been able to get out here and film a video for you guys. Watch for some Trailblazer content coming up soon. I'm going to try to film that this weekend if the weather holds out. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.